Chapter 2. New Arrivals. "What are we gonna do?" asked the first Kuromorimine student, a short brunette, as their boat neared the base of the BC Freedom carrier. "Look, I'll just hide the letter from Maho, and we'll give this one that I made up on the way here to their school headmaster. That way, they think we're here to help the Sensha-dō team," said the tall brunette of their group. "Hey, good plan. And I bet while we're here, we could probably sully their team as well. That way, if we can not only sabotage BC Freedom's team, but also manage to get by without punishment, this will be a win-win. We won't have to worry about them in the next tournament, and Maho will think that we've gotten the punishment that she meant to give us," said the blonde of their group. "But what if Lady Nishizumi calls the school and they tell her that we gave her a different letter?" asked the short girl. "We won't change what it says overall, just how it's worded so it's a little more favorable towards us," replied the blonde. "Good plan," replied the first Kuromorimine student. The boat docked at the base of the carrier, and with that the girls boarded the ship and made their way to the administration office in order to enroll in their classes. It wasn't long before the day was over, and, per request of the letter that they had from Maho to the principal of BC Freedom, the girls went to the Sensha-dō field after class. "Hey, who are those girls over there?" asked Oshida as her and Andou argued. "Don't change the subject," until she noticed Marie also turn her view. She looked and saw the group of Kuromorimine students. There were only 3, but Andou was still suspicious of them. "What are they doing here?" asked Oshida. "We're delegates from Kuromorimine Sensha-dō team. We've been sent to help the BC Freedom team improve theirs," the first of the 3 proclaimed. A low murmur spread across the BC Freedom girls as they listened. "Really?" asked Marie, somewhat unsure of what they said. "Yes, here's this letter from Nishizumi-sama herself explaining it," stated the second girl. Marie took the letter from them and read it to herself. "Due to these girls' excellent skill but lack of mastery and leadership, I've decided to send these girls somewhere else to train. We decided to have them train abroad because we want more school teams who don't suck." I think what Nishizumi-sama meant to say was struggle with tactics," giggled the tall brunette girl as she nudged the shorter girl in vexation. Marie looked back at the letter and continued, "So please allow these 3 to join ranks with your leadership, and please don't call me. I'm very busy being a very important leader." "Well, it's about time we got some good leadership around here," cheered one of the girls in the crowd. "Yeah, if they're from Kuromorimine, I bet they're real good at Sensha-dō," said another. "May we have a second?" asked Marie as she turned around to Oshida and Andou. The 3 Kuromorimine girls bowed and smiled. "What do you think?" Marie asked her 2 co-commanders. "This is bullshit. Did you hear that letter? It sounded like an idiot wrote it," growled Andou. "Maybe Nishizumi just isn't so great at writing," commented Oshida. "Do you think she's some sort of savant?" asked Marie. "Maybe," suggested Oshida. No, they're the idiots, not Nishizumi," said Andou, stomping her foot. Okay. Even if the letter is fake, surely the principal didn't send them here for no reason. I mean, Nishizumi must have contacted him herself. If they really are Kuromorimine, they might be just what we need to get the first years in line so that they can do better," suggested Oshida. "What? You're actually thinking of working with them?" demanded Andou. "Perhaps," said Marie, placing her hand to her chin. "What?" exclaimed Andou. "Look, let's just give them a chance. See what they're made of," replied Oshida. "I think so too," said Marie as she looked over at Andou. You guys are," began Andou before huffing and finally relenting. Fine. Whatever." The girls turned back and looked at the Kuromorimine girls. "All right, but first, let's see what you 3 are made of," said Maria as she turned her face to the 3. "We'll give you 3 a tank to ride in, and your job will be to fight off every tank between you and the sound wall at the end of the sparring field. began one of the girls, the short of the brunettes. The first of the three, the tall brunette, slapped a hand over the short girl and replied, "All right, you're on." "This is a stupid idea. Are you sure we should do this?" asked the blonde girl of the Kuromorimine girls. "Of course, Elise," replied the tall brunette. "Get your hand off of me," said the short girl. "Hey, real quick, what's your guy's name again?" asked Oshida. "Elise," replied the blonde girl. "Elena," replied the tall brunette. "Lisa," said the short girl. "Got it," replied Oshida. The girls started their tanks and the match was off. Oshida and Andou moved forth in their respective vehicles and thought of how best to take on this threat. "You take the rear and I'll block them off," stated Andou. "What? I won't be confined to the back. If I have my way, I'm getting first pickings," yelled Oshida. "Your gun has longer range than mine, and besides, maybe if you do well enough in taking them down before they get to me, you won't have to eat my leftovers. But we all know I'll always have to clean up your messes. After all, you did leave your zipper down when we first got to practice," laughed Andou as her tank driver pulled ahead. "I'm a girl. It doesn't even matter if my fly's down," screamed Oshida as her tank was left behind. Andou laughed as her Samoa outpaced Oshida's, and she got on the radio to contact her teammates. "Andou speaking. Push forth to the sound wall. I want light cavalry and light infantry tanks to take position along the path favoring the river's crossing. Medium tanks move up with me, and heavy tanks or tanks with long distance can set up along the back. We'll take position starting from the sound wall."